I don't know. I don't know if I can do this video. Listen, it's not Montoya. It really isn't. It's the clickbaity title of the video that he's watching. This is going to be like a kind of like a reactception of sorts. I feel scammed by Star Citizen, and I gave up on it. This dude has like 3 million subscribers. He's the dude who came out like 10 months or so ago with another video with the same clickbaity title. I'm not quite sure what he knows about Star Citizen, so let's check it out and let's get Montoya's reaction. I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to handle, right?
This is Muta. He feels scammed by Star Citizen and gave up on it, but that is a clickbait headline. He loves the game. He really does.
Dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I am Montoya. Some
like
Ordinary
Montoya.
Gamers is the name of the channel. 3.5 million subscribers for Muta over here. He's done very well over the years. And he's got a very, very long, almost a documentary about Star Citizen. He's a lot more informed on this project than I thought he would be. Now, I've been following his channel for some time, and I had no idea that he followed Star Citizen as closely as he did. But he goes on for an hour talking about all aspects of it. We're not going to cover the whole thing. His conclusion at the end is that Star Citizen needs to bring in a publisher to rein them in and set goals, which is exact. I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking. The entire reason Chris Roberts went this way with a Kickstarter was to avoid bringing...
I mean, that's philosophical split in the way you're thinking. I mean, like, literally, the reason why the game can be an everything game is because there is no publisher. But at the same time, if you had a publisher, yeah, it would come out sooner, but then it would be shitty. I mean, like, how much can this guy know if he's saying that a publisher should come in? I know a lot of these kiddos want the publisher to come in and this game to come out right away, but you got to understand what Cloud Imperium and Chris are trying to do has never been done before, technically speaking, especially with server meshing. You know, yes, it's pretty much an impossibility right now. And for those people that are really following it and know what's going on, they're at the rubber meets the road part, which is why you're seeing Arena Commander coming out, which is why Cloud Imperium did this brilliant chess move to essentially distract everybody from the real fucking problem that's happening right now, which is the server meshing, man. This is where it's coming in. This is where we're at. We all knew we were going to get here. I talked about this last night when we watched a Raid Guides video. We are here at this point. We knew we were going to get here. Now we're here. We should be happy now that we're at the crux of the problem, of the issue, and they're going to attack it head on, but it's going to take a long time. And people that have actually been in Star Citizen and know the journey and know what it is that they're trying to do should not want a publisher to come in this, because the publisher will sit down and basically the game that you want won't be the game that we were promised. Do you understand? Like, if a publisher came in and was like, okay, we got to stringently put timelines on this shit, then they would pump out, they would finish up, they'd wrap it up, you'd have your game, it would be done, but it'd be a hot pile of steaming garbage, because it would be not what we wanted from the original get-go, which is the dream, which is what we have to strive for, which is going to take time. It's like the little kid in the back of a car that continues to say, are we there yet? Are we there yet? And this is a very long drive. Yes, we've gone around the earth about 5 to 6 times. This is something that hasn't really technically been done in gaming, which is to have thousands of people on having the same experience. And right now it sounds ridiculous or absurd to think that we could have this without any type of desync or latency because of just science, right? Here's the thing that they're trying to do. They're trying to figure out the problem. They're trying to figure out the problem. Will they be able to do this? I don't know. I don't know, but it's been a hell of a ride. And to bring a publisher in right now would essentially cut all of that off. So, like, for people that are saying this guy knows about Star Citizen, apparently to me, he doesn't realize the most important aspect of this, which is like to try and have this many people. I knew people were rolling their eyes. I can see it right now. People are upset. They're like, oh, this guy's a white knight. Oh, blah, blah, blah. But like, there is a gamer in me. There is a kid that knows he wants an experience like no other. Now, if these people are trying to create that for me, I'm going to give them all the time in the world, period. Period.
In a publisher to get to exactly that. So I know it's kind of irony that he's saying they should bring in a publisher to do exactly what they're trying to avoid. We'll discuss that at the end. Let's go through his points and see what he says. Ready? Let's go.
It's me, Mutahar, and welcome back to another episode of Haunted Gaming. Today we're covering a creepypasta known as Star Citizen. Yes, will this game ever release? Ladies and gentlemen, today I wanted to do a little dive into a game that I have been waiting for quite a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, Star Citizen is a game that I'm sure every single one of you have heard. And, you know, a few years ago I uploaded a video on my channel, pretty much an off-the-cuff stream segment, where I kind of crapped on Star Citizen incredibly.
This is common if you remember a couple of years back, and I said this
No shit, it's common. No shit, it's common, Montoya, because everybody wants to get them clickety clacks. You know, I get that people are passionate about this and they want this thing out right out the door right now. We've been waiting 10 plus fucking years for this thing to come out the door, right? But we cannot forget what it is that we want. If we were just to push this out the door without having seamless experiences with tons of people, because that's what we're going to need, guys. That's what we're going to need, guys and girls. We're going to need this if we want to have those experiences. The reason why this game got $500 million in revenue was because people wanted to have this dream come to life. This has huge scope to it. I don't even know if I can continue this. Like, I just get so upset because it's just the same fucking thing over and over again.
6 years ago, there will come a time when the tide shifts. It was very common to wake up every morning or at least once a week, see some YouTuber or some major publication explain how Star Citizen is a gigantic scam. And there was his video there too. But he turns out to actually love the game.
And the reality is,
who gives a fuck that this guy loves the game or not?
Development.
Listen,
now,
if he loved the game, he wouldn't want a publisher to come in and just snippety snap quick to get it done. Like, if you really love Star Citizen, you're going to want them to do out what they set out to do. The original mission was to have these experiences with thousands of people. Sounds crazy. Roll your fucking eyes. Thomas Edison, they thought he was crazy, right? Oh, what? What are you trying to do, dude? How many tries did it take for him to invent the fucking light bulb? You know, like, what if he quit? What if he stopped? Still be having fucking torches is what we'd have.
Recent months, I've come back to Star Citizen, played it, and part of me maybe has developed Stockholm Syndrome because I've kind of enjoyed my time. But
I don't know why they call it Stockholm Syndrome.
Thank you, Montoya.
You're free to leave at any time.
Right.
I have friends who...
Right. This is why I like watching Montoya. Right. This is why I watch Montoya. This is why I like him. Him and I have a very similar mindset when it comes to this.
Very, very early on and are gone. No one has to stick around. Don't feel an obligation to stick around.
Right.
People come and go.
Right.
And I don't say why people... This is not the first time I've heard it. People say they have Stockholm Syndrome. They feel they have to stick with it. Like, you don't.
Babies.
You really don't.
The more I look into this game's development, the more and more it hurts. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Star Citizen is a space simulator exclusively for the PC.
He's going to go on to explain the ins and outs of the game, but let's jump to the first kind of points he makes, which is the pricing on the ships, which is always a fascinating discussion to have because, like most of you,
they're pulling in.
We'll stop here.
Don't buy the
before we
fucking
dive into
ship
him
if you
talking
think
about
it's
the
too
ship
expensive.
prices. Yes,
Nobody's
I
forcing
know
you
it
to.
is very strange. When you look at it from the outside, the concept of spending $50,
kiddos,
$100,
man.
$150 on an internet
Drives
spaceship
me
is
insane.
But there are people out there that have spent $2,000 on
Have they
the
got the
recent
money
sale
to
of
let
the
'em?
Kraken. How is that possible? Are they suffering from Stockholm Syndrome? The truth
Nobody's
of the matter
forcing anybody to
is that
buy
there are
these.
people there with the financial means
Yes.
to do so.
Yes.
And CIG is catering to that demographic.
Shit just
In
goes-
my
this
YouTube
shit
channel,
drives
the
me
average
insane.
demographic is the 34 to 45-year-old age range. These are individuals that work, they have disposable income, and if they want to drop $1,000, $2,000 on an internet spaceship,
'em.
they
Who gives a
can.
fuck?
I
Let
would
'em.
feel very differently if these were teenagers, if the 16 or 17-year-olds buying that, I'd be concerned. But in my experience, the people buying these packages
sure
are
that
at a
happens.
different stage in their lives where they can. So keeping that in mind, let's listen to what Muto has to say.
7.9 million, $23 million, okay, in one specific month.
He's talking about the Invictus. They're pulling in big money during these events.
Ladies and gentlemen, you might be like, well, god damn, how are they actually getting that much money? Well, I'm going to show you exactly how things go. Thankfully, there is actually an event going on, the Invictus launch week 2953, because everything in this goddamn game has to be so in-universe. So, of course, let's look at what...
So this is something that CIG, I don't want to say they stumbled into, but when they started selling the in-game items in the game itself, like making a showroom for the ships to make it feel like you're walking into a car dealership, and they're showing you everything under beautiful lighting, funding exploded. Funding took off huge when they started doing that. When Invictus, IAE, Alien Week coming up soon.
He's right. He's right, because they made it a festival atmosphere. They brought people in. It felt like you were actually like at a real life event. He's right. He's right. Also, what else happened? What else happened on the explosion from year to year here? I'll tell you, the amount of coverage it got. All the big YouTubers, like right around here, 2019-ish. 2020 area, going into 2020, bigger YouTubers started picking it up with millions and millions of subscribers. Best marketing ever. Free marketing for Cloud Imperium. That's another reason why this drove up. You saw Jack Frags hop on. You saw, who were the other names? Ollie started doing it. What Bed Bananas started making those crazy videos. Everybody started to realize, like, oh shit, there's a game out there called Star Citizen. It was like a new renaissance. Like, everybody was just discovering Star Citizen again for the first time.
By the way,
pandemic,
all started happening. Sales exploded.
There was a lot of reasons for that influx of revenue.
They definitely perfected selling in-game items.
Yep,
in the game.
He's right.
What's going on? Well, you can buy ships from Drake Interplanetary. These are kind of companies in the world of Star Citizen. Yeah, they've got the lore locked down, okay? They've got company names, characters, so on and so forth. And if you actually look into their ship right now, how much do you think the average ship costs? Well, the Buccaneer, which is a rough and tumble frontline scrapper from Drake Interplanetary, costs $110 USD. Well, what's that? What's that? Oh, no, that's actually the price right there. But you could fly it today for free because there's an...
I know the backers here.
There's other ships worth less than that. Less than that. For God's sake, what kind of argument is this? What is this? For $45, you can get in and play it. I mean, give me a fucking break. You play, and you know what else you get? You get the planetary landing experience where there's no transition from space down through atmosphere to land on the planet. These planets are fucking huge. The moons are huge. You've got Stanton, which is a complete star system that is like absolutely wonderful. Added missions, added game mechanics. Like you're not. Yes, the physics are janky, okay? Yes, there's tons of 30Ks. There's bugs. Yes, and yes. Server meshing, that's where they're at. That's why Arena Commander. That's why all the new modes. I mean, come on, man. Put this shit together.
The older backers here are kind of numb to that, but remember, there was a time where $100
How does this guy have 3 million subscribers?
Infinite Spaceship was insane. In fact, it is kind of crazy if you still think about it. There's games I play right now where I will not bother spending $5. I will not bother spending $10 for something in the game. But when it comes to Star Citizen, it's different for some reason.
Yeah.
It's the magic they have.
Right.
Event and a free play moment right now. But of course, there's more vehicles. You can get the Caterpillar, haul anywhere at commercial volume. Yeah.
So now he's going to show the upper tier, higher price ships to prove his point, which is biased as fuck.
Yeah, do you want to be an Amazon logistics freight officer?
I'm sorry, I'm just very upset.
Yeah, $330 right now, and you might be like, "Whoa,
just
that's
tired
just
of
the
seeing
ship
the same
value."
video.
For this one, get prepared. How much do you think the Kraken, which is the
right,
self-sustaining
Backspace,
flying fortress?
Right, you're absolutely right, Backspace. You're absolutely right. Backspace is, how does this guy have 3 million subs? The entire chat is hate watching the clickbait. You're right, dude. We're contributing to it, dude. We're contributing to it.